Now we head to Texas, where we find the most badass activists in the country and the candidates to match. For a 2,000-foot view of what's going on, we found the number one best person to ask. It is the coordinated campaign director for the Democratic Party of Texas, Lauren Harper. Lauren's also the co-founder of the Welcome Party and Welcome PAC, and previously served as South Carolina state director for Beto O'Rourke's former 2019 presidential campaign. For an overview on all things political campaigns in Texas, please welcome Lauren Harper.
Hey everybody, so great to be here with you tonight. Super stoked to get everybody jazzed up to get voters registered this cycle. As mentioned, Texas Coordinated Campaign Director, and grateful to be joined by one of my favorite candidates, Mike Collier, tonight. You'll hear from him after me. But we've been on the ground doing lots of voter contact. We did 40,000 doors last week with all of the different organizations that are involved in our coordinated campaign. So we're incredibly excited about that. We have about 3 million unregistered voters here in Texas, and about 2 million of those voters are likely Democrats. So we're really excited to get those folks registered. We think that more than half of those are Latino voters, and a quarter of those are young voters. A fifth of them are Black voters. So we just have so much potential to do voter turnout this cycle, recognizing that it's going to be incredibly important to really reach those low propensity voters this cycle. We have awesome work with our Project Texas organization through the Texas Dems that registers voters. And we also have a new relational organizing app called Texas Connect Texas. I always mess up the name of it, Connect Texas. And so we're excited to use those tools this cycle, get everybody all on board and elect Beto all the way down, Mike Collier, Rochelle Garza, everybody. And just grateful for y'all's time tonight. So without further ado, I want to introduce Texas's next Lieutenant Governor, Mike Collier, who is excited to do things like fix the damn grid. We have lots of issues with our grid, as y'all know. Fund public education, ensure that the future of Texas is in good hands. And so come on in, Mike. Thanks for having me, guys.
Mike Collier here, coming to you from Zephyr, Texas. If anybody knows their way around Zephyr, it's right in the middle of nowhere. We are on the road. I started in Houston a couple of days ago and found my way up to Amarillo, which is 12 hours of driving. And now we're finding our way back to Austin and back to Houston. It's a big state, but we're out earning every single vote. We're going to every county, and Beto's doing the same thing. And so is Rochelle, all of us, going to all the counties, going and seeing everyone, Democrats and independents and Republicans alike, because everyone in Texas knows how important this election cycle is. Let me start with Roe v. Wade and what happened with overturning Roe v. Wade. In Texas, today is the day that the trigger law takes effect. My opponent, Dan Patrick, is the one who wrote that bill, and we despise it as Texans. And he used excess power that he's accumulated unto himself, taking advantage of a party that's been in power. You know what they say about power, it corrupts. And that's what he did to us. And now he has sentenced countless women to their death. And so many families and lives are going to be destroyed. And it's criminalized women and their doctors and the people that love them. And that's Dan Patrick who did this. The lieutenant governor, who is the president of the Senate, is arguably the most powerful lawmaker in the state. That's why this election is so important. And the polls show us 4 points away. And I say, when I say us, I mean all of us on this ticket, show us 4 points away, and we're gaining on them. They know that they're in trouble. We know that they're in trouble because where they have taken us, Texans do not want to go. And they're going to find that overturning Roe v. Wade is a Pyrrhic victory, but we have to make it happen. There are lives, families, people that we love, that all hangs in the balance, and we have to make it happen. So we are working extremely. We have other issues to deal with in Texas. I'm very passionate about public education. To a large extent, this election is a referendum on that. We have a grid that failed and killed a lot of people. We have to fix the damn grid, as I like to say. And we have that. Criminal justice reform. We have so many problems in the criminal justice system. People that are sitting in prison, profit prison, some shouldn't be. We want to legalize marijuana. It's time for that in this state. Expand Medicaid and live our values of healthcare as a fundamental human right. All of those things are within our reach. We're 4 points away and gaining on them, which is why the work that you do is so important to the work that Beto is doing and I'm doing and Rochelle Garza and all the candidates, the statewide candidates. And as we all know, lots of eyes are on Texas, because as Texas politics goes, so goes the nation. And the last thing I want to say is that we're very concerned about whether or not democracy is going to survive this era that we find ourselves in now. To a large extent, Texas is ground zero for voter suppression and the other things that Republicans will do to disable democracy, which is why we, recognizing that we're 4 points away and fired up and all in this together, we will save democracy in Texas, and that'll be a profound influence on the rest of the country. And so the work that we're doing is so important. And I just want to leave you with one last thing. The fellow that I'm running against, Dan Patrick, happens to be Donald Trump's right-hand man in this state. Now, just imagine the headline. Donald Trump's right-hand man gets beat by a Democrat in deep red Texas. Then the whole world will know that Texas has risen up and spoken, and you all are a part of this, and I cannot thank you enough. So, and I hope to meet you. Thanks for all you do. Let's go out and win this.
Thank you so much to Mike. We cannot wait to see you win.